This one? All right. What's up, guys? Oh, let me put this bag on there. That comes up the wrong way. Just like huge.
I love that profile photo.
Oh, great. I can't hear him again.
Oh, really? Is it like super quiet?
Yeah.
Mine sounds bad.
Oh.
No, he's quiet right now. For sure.
I am?
Yeah,
I'm quiet?
No, don't worry about it. You're good. It's because you're not actually on there yet. I'm trying to find the camera thing with the different thingies. For some reason, they're not popping up. Where are you, Mike?
Where am I?
Oh, great. T's here too.
Oh, Jesus.
Great. I think you are quiet, but guys, let me know if you guys can hear Mike or not.
I haven't touched anything, so.
No, I know. I think it'll be louder once I switch over to the other thing, but for some reason, one of my windows disappeared. I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere that I shouldn't have.
You broke it.
Oops.
Can you alt-tab to it?
Nope. It just started. Reading.
You broke it.
I just don't.
Doesn't matter that you're in preview mode.
No. And because of this. Yeah, it doesn't matter because.
They can hear him apparently.
Yeah, but they can you guys hear him well?
It says I hear him perfectly.
Okay, cool. Then it might just be us.
In your face. You broke it. You freaking broke it.
What's going on, Meek?
I'm apparently popular.
Why don't you turn your phone sound off?
No. Then the button breaks.
Oh.
I have it like all the way down.
You already broke your phone?
Yeah.
Wow. What are the odds? I don't know where I put the thing.
I'm just lost on the internet, dude.
You're literally lost forever,
dude. Whoa.
I have an idea. I'm going to open up the configurator for the thing. I'm going to add a scene. I'm going to duplicate this.
I'm just out there on somebody else's stream.
That would be funny, dude.
Is there a way for you to at least make it where I could read the comments?
They're right here.
No, those are only 3 of the 13. Okay.
Did you read them?
No, you gotta make them small.
I already read all of the.
Well, I wanted to say hi to everyone.
Okay.
So, hello, Andrew, and Volts, and Insert Metal, and Tony Diagnosis Get Up, and T, and Xander. Kivox has it where I can't read your comments.
No, I literally do not. They are literally on the entire screen. They're huge. So unless you're blind. What?
I said you're hiding the comments.
I was literally putting them on screen.
I don't see them on screen, dude.
They were before. Well, they pop up and then disappear.
Screen share mode? No.
You had one job, not to lose the window.
I literally because it's like a bunch of little small pop out windows, and it's just it's gone. The one that has the different. Wait,
you're on Mac though, right?
The one that has different scenes is gone. Like it's not on a different screen. It's not on a different.
Is it a different
window.
Desktop? Maybe.
No, it's not. I already checked. That was the first thing I checked.
So is it open in like Chrome or Safari or something? Like to where you could right click on it? Like right click on the dock and see that window in text form?
No, I got it. I just added a new button to this Stream Deck. There it is.
I don't see it.
Boy.
So can
Oh,
you give
that's
me
right.
my
I
chat
won't
back?
see it.
No, I gotta open up a new chat. Yeah, you're still quiet for us though, so it must be something with this audio here.
No chat for you.
It's this one. That's the least you hear it.
That doesn't feel good. Ow.
No, stop. Why would you do that?
So they can hear my ear pain.
It sounds like you're doing some fake like stuff over there, like just moving rocks,
I just turned them up a bunch.
electricity.
What? You can hear stuff?
I heard like it just sounded like you were like messing with some Tesla coil or something.
Well, yeah, that's because Meek won't wear AirPods. We have to wear. Are you gonna hold that in your ear for the rest of the
Well,
thing?
I was holding it in case I had to rip it out again.
But yeah, she refuses to wear AirPods, so we have to wear wired headphones like maniacs,
Like old people.
like old people. Yeah, where they can't figure out how to charge the wired headphones.
What's up, everybody?
So there's the chat, Meek.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the big chat's right there.
I'm looking at the stream. I still don't see me, by the way.
Oh, it's because I never published it.
Hey, there I am. Whoa.
Okay.
Our week was a week. A normal week. How about you?
Are you
Well,
any
do you wanna-
louder?
Or no?
No.
No, Michael, I can't hear him.
He's not talking.
Yeah, I like haven't said anything.
You can't hear him at all.
No, I can
Then
very,
put on the other headphone.
very
Then try the other
lightly.
headphone. Try them both. Put them both in your ear.
I thought we fixed this problem last week.
Well, it's the wire. Remember, it's the jack, the adapter. It's just like super loose. So if we touch it, it's like really really loud in our ear. It's terrible.
How much is another one of those things?
They're cheap, but I'd have to buy it.
They suck though, dude. I bought like a pack of like several of them, and I still have the same problem with my like audio interface. Like it just doesn't work on headphones. Like I have to like halfway put it in and turn it to a specific direction.
Sanders said Michael's louder than us.
Oh yeah.
That's not good.
He shouldn't be louder than us, because I can see his thing here. When like this is ours, Meek. When we talk, Mike, say something.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, you are actually very loud.
You're like, that can't be.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had you turned down to 80% of your volume. Maybe turn down your sensitivity on your side, because you're coming in really hot for me.
Goddamn right I am. How's that? Is that better, or am I really quiet now?
I don't know. We'll have to decide. They'll have to tell us.
Soundbar looks pretty. Might be a little low now. I can't
See,
tell.
the problem for that is that like I can hear you, but I can't hear you how you sound to them. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let me know, dogs.
Turned up the right volume, so
turn it up.
I think Mike was just extra loud.
Could have been.
It just sucks because like you said, Mike, I can't hear him there that well either. I'm afraid to touch it. Yeah, you got a mustache, huh? Did you see
Dude,
that mustache?
I'm refusing to comment because I hate mustaches.
Oh.
I told Leonard I would have a mustache for him.
Yeah.
I'm a man of my word.
Xander said it's a bit more even.
Very nice. I thought he meant my mustache. I was like, really? I suck at shaving, dude. I'm like the worst. Like I find like just like
Did you shave the middle?
No, it always grows like that, dude.
I think we've had this discussion before.
It
Yeah.
filled in a little. I told you.
You're like a reverse Hitler.
Yeah, as I said, I'm such a nice guy that I can't grow the Hitler mustache.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Dark Matter and I'm enjoying it. What's it on?
Oh, it's out? Is it on Amazon? It's probably on Amazon. I have a feeling it's on Amazon.
Why does Dark Matter sound familiar? Is that,
I don't know.
Is it like
it's a
based
book.
on a book or anything?
I'm looking it up. Oh no, Apple TV. Oh, well, okay. So if it's on Apple TV, I have a feeling it's gonna be good, because like every show that I've watched on Apple TV has been like a banger. And even if I don't like the content, I can appreciate that it's a good show for the people that it's made for. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's
You know
not
what I'm
like one
saying?
of those like it's like who thinks like only dumb people think this is good. Like Netflix will have a lot of that.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
it's like,
yeah. Like
who
every show that I've seen on what's it called, it's like I would watch that, but I just don't know if it's like my thing that I want to watch. But all the shows that we have watched have been really good, well produced, well acted, and just like, really good. Like I think my favorite like live action TV show is probably right now is probably For All Mankind. I think that that's like the most epic drama.
Mm,
What do you
it's a
think?
little too over the top.
Okay, then what do you think? What is your favorite then?
I don't know.
Okay, well then if you don't have a favorite, you can't judge me on my favorite. So
I'm not judging you. I just
You
think
literally
that
have-
show in particular
well, what's
is
better
a
then?
little
What is
over
better?
the top.
What is better?
I don't know.
If you can't think of something that you think is better, then that is the best one.
How's Moving Castle?
That's not a live action drama. I literally just said live
It
action
will.
drama. That is like animated and a movie, and it's fantasy.
I'm
And
just
it's
messing
real
with you. Put
What?
the chat back.
I said, and it's really old.
And it's really old.
Wait, don't you guys have like a new Doctor Who dropping like any day
Yeah,
now?
I was gonna check it out. I don't know, man. The Last Doctor really like let me down, so I'll watch it. But I think I'll end up liking it because I am expecting it to be terrible.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna suck because IGN gave it a 9.
I'm
so-
pretty sure it's not going to be good either.
What does
yeah.
that mean? It's gonna be like super woke.
I mean, it's definitely woke.
They've always been kind of though.
I mean, it's 100% woke. I mean, Doctor Who has been woke for the last like probably like 4 years now, 5 years now. So ever since the end of Capaldi.
Mm.
But Capaldi was still he's my third favorite Doctor.
Is your facial hair faster than the hair on your head? Oh, grow faster?
I don't think so. I think for the most part, I mean, depending, right? If you're really old, then yes, because old people lose their hair. But I think it for the most part grows roughly around the same time. It's just you shave it every day, or that it grows. Like if you shave your head every day, I guarantee you have to shave your head every day, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want it shaved, if you want it clean shaven.
I have like
Maybe-
no sense of time with that stuff. Like I couldn't tell you if I shave like once every 2 weeks or like once a month. Like I have when I need to shave, I shave. I have no reference for how long at all.
I just shave every day because if I let it grow like more than a day, it's hard to shave. Like it's more difficult to get a clean shave because it wants to catch more, especially when it gets to like the thicker part, which is like the chin area. It tends to like, just be, you gotta kind of go at the right speed because otherwise it kind of will get caught unless you just have a brand new blade every time, which usually I'll change mine whenever I remember and it starts getting annoying. Or if if I let it grow for too long, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a clean blade just because it hurts.
Yeah, I have like a sweet spot where like because I never shave this low, like typically, but like even this like where all my facial hair was, like that's too long for me. Usually I'll shave this down, and then after like 2 days, I have like 4 days of a nice beard that I like. But
How about you?
Insert metal said shaving oil. Tony said, did you watch the specials?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Doctor Who?
Oh no, I didn't watch the specials. That's the thing. I probably should watch that because it's like the prequel to the thing.
is that how they do it? Like they do the season and then specials between seasons?
No, not
Is that-
always. Like usually they'll do a Christmas special that like is kind of its own thing, but it does take place. It does happen, and they'll have like special things. Like I think Capaldi's final episode was basically a special. It was him and River.
I don't remember.
Which I loved that. That was so good. That special was so good. A lot of the specials are I just love that show so much. The old ones. Capaldi was when it was last good. After that.
And even in the beginning of him, it was
Because they were trying to figure him out. I think they were trying to figure out like what they wanted to do with the character, with him, that actor. And then season 1 was like it got better. It was weird. And then season 2 it got a little bit better. Then the final season, it's like they finally went back to Capaldi being like the doctor, the fun doctor again, because he was very grumpy and angry. and it just like it didn't work, I think. And then at the end he was grumpy and angry, but like a funny old guy grumpy, like he's, you know what I mean? He became like that like crazy old man like grumpy, which was fun. Which I love. That. I like the Doctor when the Doctor is crazy and weird. Like I don't like the Doctor when the Doctor's too serious and too like.
We tried watching the super old ones, like the originals, and they were so bad.
Well, they just weren't written like to be like that. They were written to be like a monster of the week, and then also like educational. Originally, it was supposed to be like an educational show.
See, I'm like, I mean, not bad, I guess, but like, I just don't like old stuff.
I don't either. I especially old movies and TV and stuff. Like it's just it's so difficult to like watch, and your parents are always just like, oh, old movies are so good. It's, get out of here.
The acting is supreme, and I'm like,
no, it's not. It's terrible.
Okay, mom and dad, love you, but you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I haven't watched like any like real old movies, but like I would say, like
I think I can get into is like the 80s.
And you hate the 80s.
I love the 80s. What are you talking about? I hate the 70s.
I always forget which one it is.
How could you forget that the 70s is my least favorite decade?
I don't know. I don't know how I can do that. I really hope this is spoiling a lot though.
What is?
Just this picture for the shoot, did I hit start watching? This.
Why is that a spoiler?
Well, that picture right there, you see what's behind it, right?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, dark matter is like a is it timey-wimey?
No.
It is.
It sounds so familiar.
It's timey-wimey for show.
It's a book by Blake Crouch, I believe.
All right.
I watched The Graduate. That's the only old movie I remember watching. If you have a hard time shaving because the hair is thicker, use shaving oil 5 minutes before shaving, and then shaving foam or shaving soap.
Nah, dude, nah. I shave in the shower, so there's no like putting something on my face 5 minutes before, because I shower like halfway through my shower. You know, I get it kind of like, so I'm washing my hair and stuff, and it just wouldn't work for me. I don't do like the whole like in the sink shaving. Do you do that, Mike?
I do that, yeah.
It's just difficult. It's difficult to do that. You should try shaving in the shower.
Is it very unpopular to shave in the shower? Because Tony just freaked out about it.
Put a mirror in there. Like I just have a mirror hanging on the wall, like with a little like suction thing.
Yeah, that's
and I just hang my razor in there, and then I shower, and then just get some soap. I just use soap. I just put soap on my face. I don't even use like shaving cream.
Where do you get the soap?
The body wash, the body soap.
Oh, so body wash, not
it's
like
soap.
What
do you mean, Shampoo is also soap, just so you know. It's the same freaking thing. It's just scented and has some extra oils maybe in it or something.
I've been in a pinch where I had to use shampoo as body wash because I had no actual body wash.
It's fine.
I've done that.
Works. It's all the same, like, chemical.
How about you just don't shave like a real man?
Oh!
Well, only real men can shave if you think about it. How about that? Think about it. Big brain. Because if you're not a real man, you can't shave because you don't have enough hair to actually shave. But when you have enough hair, then you have trouble shaving because it's so rugged and manly.
Osmond, baby,
that,
where are you going?
Yeah, I shave right before I come up here, basically, because I get home at like 4:30. I get ready, shower, shave, shit, and then
I beg him to shave because I hate when he has a beard.
Yeah, you just hate me.
I just hate your beard.
Do you have one of those shavers with like the 3 circle things on it? Because I have never found one of those that works well.
Yeah, I mean, it always leaves a little. It's
I think
never
that's what
gonna
my
be,
dad uses.
It's never going to be as
though.
clean as like a razor because it has like the blade, but it still has a little bit of a gap. You know what I mean? It'll get close though. If you did it like every day, you would just have a little bit more stubble. Like right now, my skin's pretty.
Really? Because isn't that what my dad uses? And he's like completely bald.
Yeah. I mean, he's bald though.
But he's not fully bald.
But he's still bald.
He chooses to be bald.
No, he chooses to be fully bald.
Yeah.
But on the top of his head, he's bald.
Yeah.
Are you embarrassed about this? Or are you like,
no, I don't
okay,
care.
Because I feel like you're getting mad at me
keep the hair
about it.
growing and don't submit to their woman's needs. Wow.
Oh, get him, Tony.
Jesus Christ.
That's only you know, do you ever hear the term happy wife, happy life? I think
Yeah.
it's true.
I mean, he doesn't want a divorce, does he?
Yeah, I don't want a divorce, do I?
There's this comedian I really like, and he said like he said it's really happy wife, miserable husband, and then like he explains
It's not
it, and
true
I got-
though. It's
got it.
that's
is
not true because if you want to listen to her bitch all the time, then you could be happy, right? And that's just that scenario. So like if I wanted to like just listen to a nagging person all the time, then I wouldn't do what she wants me to
do you
do.
think? So say for instance with the beard, do you think
It doesn't bother me.
No, real quick, I have one question. Do you have a preference for like if you would want a beard or wouldn't?
No, if I wanted a beard, I'd grow a beard. And I've grown it before, and it's always so itchy, and I always like have to like, you know how last week, remember how last week you were like doing this even though you weren't even thinking, you were just rubbing your chin because you have hair there.
That's just like if I have like a beard or I have like a hoodie that has those things on it, I'm always just fidgeting with something.
That's what I just said. If you have a beard, you're touching it.
Yeah, you fidget it. Like
but it always gets itchy to me. It always gets itchy to me, and then I also feel like sometimes if I let it grow too much or it gets the wrong like trim, it makes my head look even bigger because I grow a pretty like big beard, you know, like when I did for the what's his face Nandor costume.
I grow a horrible beard like when it gets really long, which it's like weird that's a. Yeah, I actually.
You gotta cover your face, Mick. Damn it.
No, I can actually picture that photo in my mind. That's a good.
I can picture the photo in my mind.
Well, we're trying to show other people.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought he was trying to show me because we were talking about it.
Well, showing you and everybody else.
Xander said, I have a t-shirt on the back that says, be a man, grow a beard.
Do you have a beard?
So he must.
I would hope. I really hope so because that would be embarrassing.
Pull the Uno reverse card? What does that mean?
See, that's the difference though, is like you don't actually like actively want a beard, right? Oh man, no. Few people can have a goatee. You're not one of them.
Look at that.
Look
at that.
You look like
hold on.
a white alcoholic.
My Uncle Carl has a goatee.
Look at that.
That's not bad.
That is white trash.
Well, I can't show that one.
No.
That's funny.
No, that one's not bad. I know what that one you can't show is. See, you just look even more like
dude, you know what's funny? I wanted to turn it this way so you could see the side of my head.
Dude,
I was like, look at the side of my head. Look.
Xander said, of course, I'm a man. You look like Nick from New Girl in that pic, said Tony.
The beard one.
See, you
hear me?
You grow a legit beard, dude. I grow an atrocious beard. I'll see if I can find some photos of it. That's one like fad or whatever that needs to go away. People who have terrible beards growing and keeping their terrible beards. I did it once and I look back and I'm like, what was I doing? That and septum piercings. That's good, dude. You should just look like that.
Let my hair grow and stuff.
That's just you, dude.
Insert metal said, damn, Kivox.
What, the beard thing?
I guess.
Yeah.
But real quick, back to
most people are gonna think it's like a pity that you don't have a beard and you can grow such a nice beard.
Well, that's the thing.
Sorry, Mike, I cut you off.
I think it also makes people look older, and I feel like it is a chin thing too, right? Like if you have a weaker beard, you grow it, or a weaker chin, you grow a beard to cover it up, you know? Because like do you remember one of my my groomsmen at the wedding, the one with the big beard, the biker guy, like he has a bad chin.
I don't think I've seen it.
He has a bad chin, and he should always keep his beard because he looks like a little boy.
So Insert said, yes, I do grow it out. I think he said, because I asked what, like, are you mad at him for like not having it or something? No, how do you get your beard to be so straight? I keep brushing, but it's not doing anything.
Different. I mean, like my hair is pretty straight. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
You don't do anything to it, right?
No, but I mean, for those pictures, I made sure to like brush them down so it looked more. You know, if you brush it, it helps. if you want it to look straighter. You brush it and then you trim off. Like once it gets longer, you trim off the pieces that are like hanging out.
My dad has a huge beard and no hair on his head.
Yeah.
So
well, that's the thing. That hair migrates down as you get older.
I'm way too lazy to manage a beard, so I don't know if my beard could have gotten under control. I just know I'm never gonna do it. But one time I just let my beard grow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little scraggly though. You definitely would have to.
Oh yeah, I did nothing. with it. I just grew it, and I was like, I've never let it grow this long. And then one day I was just like, oh, stupid, and I shaved it.
Ugh, beards just gross me out. I'm sorry if you like beards.
Beards are pretty dirty though. Like they are.
Oh,
and they're very hard to clean.
At that league, it was definitely itchy.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Xander said beard wax.
Yeah, even like our friend Buckley is he has a pretty raggedy beard. Like he probably shouldn't go out in public with that raggedy beard.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, like if he wants to get a job, like I wouldn't do that. I would definitely trim it down.
He has the like dude outside of the local dive bar at like 11 a.m. smoking a cigarette beard. Like that's just
maybe
that's what I picture him doing.
I don't know. Me personally, I'm more into like pretty boys, like you.
Oh, I was just like, wait, who are these pretty boys?
When I met you, you were very pretty.
I had long hair though,
you were beautiful,
and a shadow. A 5 o'clock shadow.
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't shave all the time.
You were clean faced.
No, I was stubbly.
5 o'clock shadows are the supreme facial hair. If you can't have like a good beard, like I think I look way better with, I would say a little bit longer than a 5 o'clock shadow, like and stuff. But the big difference is though, is that you don't care about having a beard. Like if you were actively being like oppressed and wanted a beard, that's
I mean, I wouldn't do that to him. Like I know I act like an asshole, but like if he truly deeply wanted one, I wouldn't be like, F you, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
Like, I've obviously let him grow one before. I don't prefer it. I won't kiss him with a beard because it's gross.
It's not always a problem. That's all I got to do then, right? It's like, oh, God, you're being annoying. I'm going to let my beard grow.
Beard he puts on when he wants his privacy. He's like, I'm put this on.
Insert said heated beard brush. T said, I'm okay with beards. My boyfriend has a long one. Gross. Xander said, looks good, Michael. T said he washes it all the time. Buckley needs to trim it on the side a little. Yeah. I mean, I don't care if you wash your beard all the time. It just looks dirty. Like, it looks like you don't shower when you have a big beard, in my opinion. Like, I love my dad. I know my dad is a super clean person. He showers every single day.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And he washes his beard every day. But I think it doesn't look clean.
I think there's such a huge difference though between like the beard that he had in those photos and then what like my beard that I showed you in that photo, like unacceptable. Or even if it was like a better beard, but that length, way different than like what he had. You know, like if he had a little bit of a beard and then kept it that size. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Like,
if I kept growing it though, I would probably like grow it down. But the problem is like I hate it in here. I hate this. I hate it when it's like touching. And I shave it. Like I'll usually shave it like up to here so that I don't have like the neck beard thing going on.
No, you need the neck beard to not make your face look worse. It messes. I watched a video about this. You need that like that dark shadow or like color to not like screw up the shape of your head. Like that's
because it comes all the way down to my Adam's apple. It's literally all the way down to here. So I trim like I trim like around here, like this.
That's your face shape, dude. What you should do is
not at all. Like it would be growing down. Like
I don't think the shape of your face looks bad with a beard.
I think it depends on the shape of your face. I think that may matter. You know what I mean? Like
that matters too, for sure. But I'm glad that those beards are out of style. Those like shoelace beards that were.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my god, I still see people with like.
My boyfriend in high school had that.
I had the little mustache too in high school. I had the little like Puerto Rican style like mustache with the chin strap. Right. And like oh my god, it was terrible. I think even in like my high school picture, my high school yearbook picture, which we got to get those.
You want to know what's hilarious?
We got to get those high school
is
yearbook
his
pictures.
mother
Gotta
his
find it.
mother, like
Bring
when
him home.
she gathered up like all these pictures and things to give to him when they moved to Florida, she cut all the women out of his pictures.
What a mom.
That's funny.
That was so great.
I forgot about that. You're
Yeah.
right, yeah.
This is usually the only time I have a mustache is when I just take a photo for fun and then I
Yeah.
trim it off. I
don't know if I still have
I-
that funny one.
I feel
Next
very
live stream,
uncomfortable.
Kivox has a beard. T said, my boyfriend has long hair since COVID and I'm not a fan of it. I wish he would cut it.
Mm.
I loved when Kivox had long hair.
But you don't want me to grow it again.
I don't like the in-between, like the way it looks like when it's in between.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get to that like stage.
When I met you, you had like the perfect length hair,
it
and
was
it was
a
very
shoulder.
like surfer
it
boy.
was
Like
shorter than yours, but probably the length of yours, but on my head.
no, well,
Do you see what I'm saying?
Because you're bigger.
My head is bigger than
Yeah.
yours, so like I think it was because it was down.
it was
to,
down to like your shoulders.
It was down to my shoulders, yeah, and it was starting to curl up a little bit.
It was beautiful.
Grow your hair out, grow a little beard.
He
curl a
tried
little-
not too long ago, and he hated it.
Well, it's just so much work, you know, and also like I'm dealing with customers all the time, and it looks unprofessional, and people judge you. It's sadly that's the fact. Like people judge you, and you don't want them to look at you from like you're getting out of your car to go in, and they're like, ugh, look at this guy.
Like judge you. Yeah, I mean, it's like if you have a mullet, people judge you.
Well, I
immediately.
do. I judge you, but I don't know about everybody. But I judge you.
I'm approaching that because I like the idea of growing my hair out again because I had it going pretty nice for a while, but I'm getting to that phase where it's going to become like that's when it's
Cumbersome.
hard, 'cause that
Yeah.
like well and also too I just look stupid like
Yeah, and then and it makes your head look big, like you're wearing a
Yeah.
helmet, like in that picture that you just showed us. Your hair was a little big.
Well,
yeah, it was
that
helmety.
I think I did to just look goofy. Like I think
Oh,
I
okay,
puffed
okay,
it out
got it. Yeah,
because it's usually not that bad. It's not like I remember that moment, but it just gets real.
yeah. My hair right now is getting pretty long. Like the front is like all the way. This is not inverted properly, so it's like it's hard. But yeah, the front is like from here to like probably like here right now. So I can almost tie the top back again, but I don't think I'm gonna go that far again. I just keep trimming it, you know, and then shaving the sides. I never have a good fade. I never have like the good like blend up. I just do it all with the same length, and then just.
You've cut your hair yourself for years.
Yeah, I know. I've also had like the same basic hairstyle. I just different lengths, and as it gets longer, I just change the style of it, and then I trim it down. Then I style it differently, and.
Xander said I have long hair. It's halfway down my back.
Damn.
That's like Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's
My
is too
my
long,
cousin's
man.
boyfriend has like we call him Jesus because he legit looks like
Well,
Jesus.
I don't.
But they do.
Oh, who's they?
Like everyone that knows him.
Oh, we just call him Jesse.
I like long hair, but not in the state his is. Your hair suits you well, Kivox.
Thanks, T. Thanks.
I guess I mean you have to take care of it. Like if you just let it grow and you don't trim it and you
Let
don't
it
make
grow. So what I found
It looks
is that,
bad.
is that whenever I go to so ideally to have a good hairstyle, you have to work on it because it does not matter what the haircut is. If you don't know how to style it, you're screwed. It's not going to look good. You can have the best haircut and it always whenever I go to a place, it always takes me like 2 weeks to figure out my hair. And I hate it. That's why I stopped going to places because I'm like, I'm going to go there. I'm going to be happy when I see it there. And then when I get home, I'm going to be so pissed. And the last time that we got a haircut, that's
You were
exactly
very
what happened.
mad.
By the time I got to the car, I was pissed. I was like,
So
what the
crazy.
fudge did that guy do?
It's so crazy how far off they can because I'm bad at describing stuff. So I'm like,
Yeah.
here's a photo, make it look like this.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not even I'm pretty easygoing, so I don't get mad. But I
Yeah.
am like, damn, what an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. If you've seen me with
Well,
like,
it's because they're
long
trying to do your
no
hair as
longer-
fast as possible, right? They're
Yeah.
trying to get you in and out so that they get another person in the chair so they can make money. Because otherwise, if they sit there and take their time and make your hair look really good, then you're not going to give them enough that they could have cut 3 people's hair in that same time. Especially if it's a guy barber, like they charge you less, but they do your hair in like 5 freaking minutes.
The only time that like I feel like they don't rush is if it's slow. If it's a slow day, like if you
Yeah.
go there at like 1 p.m. or something on like a Wednesday or something,
Yeah.
then usually they'll take their time. But other
What I
than
get
that, dude, you're
annoyed about is that like barbers and salons, they just like expect you to tip them a certain amount. And I'm like, get out. You're getting $5 if I tip you. That's it. I don't care.
Depends on how much it costs.
No, I don't care. Why? It's they're deciding
20%.
They're deciding to charge you more. So why should I have to pay based on what they decide? Charge me what you want to get paid for it.
Are you glad I don't get my hair done anymore?
Yes, because it was fucking ridiculous. Like, it was so stupid that you just like...
Do you even know how much I used to spend?
I remember when you used to get your hair dyed, it was like $350.
Well, the women hair is like, sorry, but in my
No,
opinion,
it doesn't matter because they charge more because they can. Because women are dumb, apparently.
And it's stupid because I've seen this happen so many times. They go there, they get a hairstyle where it's like it's layered feather, whatever. They clean their hair once and it's never like that again. It's like, so they do these things that just last for the day.
Well, here's the thing with Meek, right? Is that she would get the most basic haircut because she hated layers. She hated everything. So the lady would just cut her hair.
A fade is probably more work than what you
just
got.
Dude,
just
so
straight across.
he would get his hair cut at the same time, and it would take them 3 times the amount of time, but they would charge me 3 times more because I'm a girl.
That's nuts. That's crazy, dude. That's like baby clothes. How's a baby shirt more than a adult size shirt? It's
because
like
it's harder to make.
Shirt.
It's harder to make little clothing because the stitch is so
little,
small. The stitch is so the needles are really small. The needles are really small, so it's hard to get them in there in the little
really
holes.
Small thread,
they
really
actually have babies making baby clothing up overseas. They have babies sitting.
That's the premium. Finding up.
Those are the premium ones. Yep, the premium babies.
So
the premium.
T said I'm too lazy for the amount of hair I have. That's why it's almost always in a bun. Xander said it's about time I trimmed. Got a few split ends. T said, "Whoa, the F word," and then Xander said, "Yeah, you did.
You did.
You did."
I don't know about that.
Xander said, "Move here. Tipping isn't a thing. We actually pay our employees." I always wondered that though. Like places like Japan where they don't tip like waiters and waitresses, like do they tip hair people?
No, they don't tip anyone there. That you don't get tipped because it's stupid.
Yeah,
here now you have to tip to freaking check out for yourself. There are places that ask you if you want to tip.
And it's so embarrassing because they put the thing toward you and they're like, "How much are you tipping me?"
$0. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And then I give them my phone and it says, "How much do you want to tip your purchaser?" And then they just have to swipe over and it's like I accept Apple Pay if you want to pay with that.
That's the thing too, is like it's totally like out of hand, like some of the places where like they want a tip and stuff. It's like, get out of here.
Hold on. I messed up my audio.
Ow.
Take it on me. Take out your thing.
I just heard that static.
No.
That doesn't sound good. I don't like the sound
good?
of that.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. I think we're good again.
I did not like that.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean, they do expect you to tip every... Like,
wait a minute.
Even
is it
like...
because this is turned down? Mike, say something.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, my God. We've
My
been
computer
struggling
audio.
this whole time because Kivox is an idiot.
Whoa. Language, dude. Jesus.
Oh, that's it. He's growing
Well,
up.
I didn't realize that in this app, the computer audio affects Mike's audio for us.
Anyway, like you even go to like the airport and you pay like a place to park your car and like you have to tip the shuttle people and you have to.
What?
All right.
Yeah, right. Get out. I'm not gonna never do that.
Maybe if they like help you load up luggage or something, which I always travel with just a backpack, so that never happens. I take clothes, and if it fits in a backpack, it's coming with me. If it's not, whatever. So
there are some Americans here in the hospitality industry that are trying to bring tipping in. I say if they want tips, they can go back to America. Well, let's see how you really feel. Michael, don't forget about D&D tomorrow.
All right, remind me in like 2 hours. Yeah, the only thing I don't understand is like the taking offense to tipping. Like that seems like a pompous, like pretentious thing. It's like if
Taking
someone
offense
from
to
an
tipping or taking
so
offense to not getting tipped?
so like going somewhere where tipping isn't a thing. I've heard stories of people actually getting offended by someone trying to tip them,
Mm.
but it's like that
It's a
obviously just
cultural. That's
means
a cultural thing,
why
though.
it's like
That's why you
offended
don't
though.
get it.
I don't
It's
know
like
if it's like offended or do we see it as they're offended, because like in Japan they don't get offended, but they get very confused sometimes. They don't know what to do. They
No,
feel
but
like
I
they're
heard
going to
they
do
won't.
something
I heard
wrong.
they won't. They get offended though. That's what I heard.
I have not
Yeah,
heard
But I
that.
also heard that
I heard that
won't-
they get confused,
won't
like,
take it.
or they get embarrassed, and they're like they don't know how to handle the situation.
I just think the whole
Well-
the tipping thing is ridiculous. I think that
Well-
I think it's fine, I guess, for like waiters and stuff. But I agree. I think that they should just pay waiters minimum wage.
Yeah,
Like
no,
if that's a thing, just if they're gonna get paid less, then just get paid minimum wage, and then if they get tips. The thing is, right now, that would like turn. I don't get the reasoning for that though. Like, is
So
it because the stores can't pay them enough?
So
Is that
my
what it is?
theory,
Xander said they get offended.
my
Whatever.
theory is that it's one
The
of
world
those,
gets
like,
offended by too much
Right.
nowadays.
Yeah, I think my theory is that it's one of those political things because you see kind of similar stuff happen every now and again where like someone was running for some kind of office and then he had a buddy in the restaurant industry and then they came up with this weird rule for why they can pay less than minimum wage. That's just my theory because it doesn't make sense because like they're not even guaranteed tips. So like technically someone could go work and spend 8 hours there being a server and make $20 or less and stuff. It just doesn't make sense to have a minimum
tips,
wage.
you're saying?
It also depends on where you work. Like,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
work in a diner where like your meal is way cheaper than like a dinner place, like you're gonna get way less money per hour.
Mm-hmm. It's the one thing that bothers me though too is that like prices are going up at restaurants, but then like now so are the like tip brackets. So like now on a lot of receipts, it starts at like 18 or 20%. And I'd like to tip pretty well, but it still bugs me that that's what you see. And then what used to be 20%.
Well, they
if you
only
had
do
great-
that for like parties over like 6, right, or something.
No, what
Like
they
added
do-
gratuity.
No, like what I'm talking about is when you know how like you would get a check or you get a check and at the bottom it'll help you by saying it used to say like 10, 15, 20 and it would give the amount. Well, at a lot of places at the bottom of the check it does that to help you. Now it's like starting at 18 and then it goes to like 20 and then 22 or 25. So it's like the restaurant is raising costs but then also expecting you to like tip a higher percentage. It's just like it's crazy in my opinion.
So T said my
Yeah.
first job was at Dunkin' Donuts. I was making like $5 to $6 for a 7 to 8 hour shift. People were so cheap. Okay, it was like in 1999 or 2000. I mean, my first job I made like $8 an hour.
I think it's
No,
probably
it's
less
6
than
something.
that.
It was
Yeah.
like $6.75.
My first job was at McDonald's, and I got paid like 7 something, and then I got like a 15-cent raise.
Oh my god,
Whoa!
dude! I worked at GameStop for 9 years, and I think I never got a raise,
Wow.
like
What?
ever.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't think I ever did.
Did you ever say anything?
Yeah, they just didn't raise. They didn't give people raises.
ever-
I
Ask
guess
for a raise, though?
it is one of those jobs that like you, even when you became a key holder.
I got when I went up in ranks, yes. Like
Oh.
so when I became like an assistant manager, I made what they
gold
make.
rank. You got the gold rank.
But
Oh, So did you ever ask for a
yeah,
a
they
raise?
basically just said that we don't give raises.
That's crazy.
Okay, fair enough. That's some BS like that. No haggle. This is the bottom line. Yeah, sure it is.
And then when I went down, because I was an assistant manager and then I became a registered nurse, and I still didn't want to like cut the cord with GameStop for some reason. Like I wanted to keep that job, even though it was like a tenth of what you make as a nurse. But like not really, but I wanted to keep it, and it just totally didn't make sense to keep it after a while because I stopped being an assistant manager. I went down to a key holder, but then that was too much like responsibility. So I went down to like a regular worker. and I even specifically said, I was like, dude, I've been here for like almost 9 years. Like, is there any way you can pay me more than like what? And they're like, no, absolutely not. I was like,
That's
okay,
crazy.
well,
You get a job offer. Do you ever counter offer?
I did.
You do? Okay,
When
nice.
my
Very nice.
job, I got like, it's a slippery slope. Like, as a nurse, I kind of have an advantage a little bit because there's such a shortage for nurses that like I can kind of haggle my pay a little bit, I feel. But if you're not like in a profession that's like highly coveted, I don't think you can I don't think you really should do that. But as my
No,
my current position, huh?
I think you always should, because you can in most I mean, listen, if you're going to get in a job at GameStop now, no, you're not going to be trying to do that. But I feel like if you're going into an actual career, you can look up, you can find somewhere statistics
I
that
feel
will help
like
you.
it depends
for
though. Like I feel like depending on the position again though, because like if you go into a job and it's not a coveted job, they'll just like be like, whatever, we'll offer it to someone who will take it.
I'm talking more of like a career, like, because you do a career. Jobs are different. Like if you're going to like a place to stock shelves, like I said, that's different. But like a nurse,
Yeah.
that's a career where like you could find data that it's like, hey, this is such and such the average income and stuff. So that's what I usually do.
I honestly, I didn't even know about asking for more money though until I got this job. And it's kind of funny because all I did was ask for the wage that I was already making at my last job. And they were like, the recruiter was like, I think you should ask for more. And I was like, oh, okay. So he like coerced me into asking for more. And now I go to hire nurses and they're like, I want like $100,000 a year. And I'm like, okay.
So the thing is with her though is that she's very like, she never wants to offend anybody, and whenever it comes to like her trying to get a job, she's like she's definitely intimidated by whoever's gonna possibly offer her the job. You don't have like any real.
It's so funny.
Wait,
because...
hold on. Let me say this. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you don't really have any backbone when it comes to standing up for yourself. When it comes to that,
it depends. Like I stood up for myself today at work, for example.
No. I'm saying if when you were before this, I think now that you've gained the experience and you are now a boss, you know how, not a boss as in like a boss, you know, but like a boss. You know the game more now. So I think if you were to move somewhere else and you were to try to get a job, you have the knowledge and you have the experience and you know how the game works. But before, you were very much like, you were deathly afraid of just not getting the job.
Yeah.
You just wanted to get the job. You didn't really care what they offered. You would probably still go there.
I did care. I wouldn't accept less than I was making. Like, that was where I kind of drew the line.
You should always start high.
I know, but I was dumb.
And accept a lower.
Yeah.
Like, want this, but say high, because if you do get anything above, like in that area, then you already did better than what you wanted.
I don't care if you get 1,000 more for your salary, just $1,000 more. It's worth it, dude.
Yeah.
Studies have actually shown that like women are less likely to like counter offer or ask for raises.
But like I said, I didn't really know that was a thing. Like counter offering an offer, like up until I became a nurse, like, or even
now that you're a boss.
Really now that since I got this job, I never really thought about it. And we have people counter offer all the time, but I didn't even know that was a thing that you should do. But
I also think too, I think it makes sense too. Like for me, I made a counter offer because it was a hard decision for me to like leave my job. So when I left last time,
that's different too. Like you're in a specialty.
Well, still, I mean, it was like I liked my job a lot. So I was like, dude, if you could just offer me a little more, it would make me feel. And it was already a good pay increase, but I was like, dude, if they can get a little bit more, I will. Like, I'll have no regrets pretty much. I mean, unless the job ended up being horrible, which I love it, but like that makes it a bit easier too, because, you know, say you were making 50 grand and then you get a job offer for like 65, like that makes it way easier to be like, yeah, all right, I'm out of here. Like I'm out of here. You know, that's a good.
Yeah.
See, I was so miserable at my last job that I was just like, I can't physically afford to go less than what I make now, but like, I won't take less than what I'm making now.
Yeah.
But that's all I was asking for was like what I was making. And I was just like begging people to take me at like that wage, I guess. But
yeah, I would make less to be happier for sure.
Nursing is always different though. Like nursing, like we don't have like non-competes and things like that. Like I can go work wherever the hell I want and like have multiple jobs and whatever. Like my company allows me to do that. So if I really wanted to be miserable, I could go back to the nursing home or I could go back somewhere I hate working and just make extra money.
He's going to put you in a nursing home, all right?
That was a terrible job.
T should move to America and work as a nurse here.
I don't think she was the same kind of nurse as I am, though. They don't make as much. Really, in order to make money here, you have to be an RN. But she said nurses are paid by the government here and the salary is so bad. I mean, she has told me what nurses make there and it's bad.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I remember.
Here, you get paid well as a nurse. You really do. You deal with a lot, though. I mean, we have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders.
Sanders said, I can't haggle.
My money comes from the government and it's what it is, less than the minimum wage worth.
Jesus.
Wait, I'm confused. How is it physically less than minimum wage?
Are you like a government employee, you're saying?
I won't go back into health.
Or is it like
career.
Disability or something?
Yeah, I'm confused.
You know?
Well, I wouldn't go back into the health career either if it was the way it's run in Canada.
Yeah.
Dude, I just like, I know this is going to get a little political, but I know people always say like in America, we should have free healthcare. No, like, I'm sorry, but like anyone that works in healthcare knows that free healthcare is not golden. Like they overwork, they get paid like garbage. And I'm sorry, but I don't want someone that overworks and get paid like garbage to like do surgery on me and try to save my life.
Yeah. Well, actually, perfect. T, you can correct me if I'm wrong. And you honestly might even be one of these people. But anyone I've ever
one of these people.
What I was gonna say is I've spoken to several people from Canada, and they've all said the healthcare is horrible.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
She basically says that like you get put on like a multi-year long wait list just for a primary care provider. Dude, like I understand that I may have to pay $150 if I go to the doctor, but if I called today, they were getting me in within like 24 hours. Like if I don't feel good and if I have something wrong with me, our doctor gets us in like that day. Like there, she has to wait 9-10 hours in an emergency room because she doesn't have access to a primary care. It's just stupid to me. Like the whole system doesn't work.
Or like a year to get a procedure done. That's life-threatening. Important.
Yeah.
You know?
Aren't there? Again, T can correct me if I'm wrong, but
no, she can't, dude. She's not here.
She can. Aren't there like legit like death councils or whatever where it's like they might. That
sounds awesome. That's coming into D&D next session,
dude. Yeah, where like
you guys are going to encounter the death
whether
council.
You're worthy of like the care you need. So
I don't know.
I've always heard that. I don't know.
T said free healthcare. The money goes in the wrong place. Xander said, I'm unemployed. I'm on welfare. I get paid weekly, and it works out as less than minimum wage for standard work week. Well, nice. I mean, that makes sense. T said, it's horrible. I just lost my lung specialist. I have severe asthma. I don't know how I will get a new one.
You got to talk to the death council.
And then T said, when I got my thyroid cancer, no one was helping. I had to pay to go to a private clinic. So if you guys watched, I don't know if any of you guys watched Charmeleon. I think her name is on.
That's a Pokemon.
Charmeleon. And her name is Charla, but she's the one married to Chris.
And she likes Pokemon?
From Chris Broad, of course. And she had thyroid cancer, I think.
Didn't they go see the Pokemon things?
What? Yeah, she did.
Manhole covers?
So,
dude, in Japan,
she's from Canada.
They have manhole covers themed with weird shit. Like Pokemon.
Sailor Moon.
And Sailor Moon. So you can go to like, there's different locations and they'll have like a different manhole
and they
cover.
Have stamps that you put in a stamp book that match the...
There'll be like a little thing there and you could get a stamp book and you could like, you can stamp... It's just like a cool like thing to
travel.
See.
It doesn't cost anything.
Imagine like walking around like Connecticut and like going to different locations that had like Metal
Manhole
Gear
covers.
Solid themed.
If I saw a Metal
stuff.
Gear manhole,
There you
I
go.
would-
There you go.
I would
I'm
steal
just.
that
I have to
shit.
use Metal Gear because that's like one thing that I know you really like.
Anyway,
But no, hold on. Let me explain. It's something
I
cool
was
about
literally
Japan.
talking.
It's something cool about Japan that Mike doesn't know about.
I
And they just have.
get hit by a car doing one of those like charcoal drawing things of the manhole cover.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's and they're really cool. They look like cool.
They're painted
It would be
and,
cool
like-
if you could buy like a coin.
I think they
Of-
did have them
of
of
the
the
thing.
Pokemon
Yeah,
ones.
that
They
would be
had,
really
I
cool.
think they had pins or something. So anyway, Charla is from Canada, and she went back home because she had this enormous like lump or
Thyroid?
whatever on her thyroid, and she essentially couldn't get help in Canada and ended up paying out of pocket to get surgery in America.
I'm very confused why Xander always deletes his messages.
Oh, I don't know. Xander said, I've
every
been waiting
time.
for 2 years for an ear, nose, and throat doctor. Healthcare is mostly free here, but it's often a wait. That's
Wait,
what I'm saying.
Wait,
like,
where are you? I always forget where people are from.
so
Where's Xander from?
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have free healthcare, sure, it's less money out of pocket, but you have to wait forever. So what if you have something like cancer? Like I have a fellow coworker of mine that just got diagnosed with cancer. She's really young. She's only like 45. And she just got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. She
Jesus.
started chemo 2 days after she was diagnosed. Like, that's how it is here. Like, she went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. She had a cough that wouldn't go away. They sent her in for an x-ray. And within 1 week from the detection of the symptom to whatever, she was already getting treatment. She already had an entire crew of oncologists at Yale Hospital meeting and talking about her care and come up with a treatment plan and already started that treatment plan. Like, that does not happen in other countries.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard too, the argument,
You get what you pay for.
No, exactly. So that's what I've always heard too, is that because like the people rooting for that here, like the healthcare for all, they said what you would see then is you would see like a degradation of like
Well,
the
think about it.
healthcare system, unless
Because-
people would be incentivized to enter that field. I
Right.
mean,
So if you know that the conditions are horrible, you get underpaid, you get overworked, who the hell's going to want to do that as a career? I know
But
I
I
wouldn't
think-
stay a nurse if I got underpaid and overworked.
for sure,
Because you're
man. I mean,
already like have people's lives in your hands. The decisions that you make affect people's lives. Like I would never put myself through that for getting paid less than I do.
I think the bigger problem that they need to address is like that whole thing where it's like this box of gloves is $500. Like, oh,
Well,
you
yeah.
came here and we pretty much gave you Tylenol. Here's a bill for $1,200. Like that's the stuff that
Well, you
they
know
need to-
why
same-
it's
same
like
thing with
that.
military spending.
It's because they do that
They have-
because
they
like
have to
the
spend
insurance
so that-
companies, no, like, excuse me, one of the reasons is because like they overcharge because they know the insurance companies are going to
Oh.
dock what they get, right? Because like they always negotiate. So they overprice things so that when you get paid, you know, you go through your insurance, they're going to knock the price down anyway. And then they're going to get less money. So that's why they do that. But then when you don't have insurance and you pay out of pocket, it's ridiculous prices. Like,
I've had
no,
that
no.
happen.
A lot of times when you're paying out of pocket and
It's
you
less.
don't have insurance, it'll be like $20. But if you tell them you have insurance, they then have to charge you $500
they
because
will knock it down a little bit.
because the insurance is then going to pay $400 and you'll have to pay the deductible of $100 at that point. So you're still paying way more sometimes if you have insurance. And it all depends. Like sometimes depending on your insurance, and that's why like insurance is tough. That's why like having a place that has good insurance is
really important.
Because like even people will say like, oh, I could just get my own private insurance.
It's
That
expensive.
shit is expensive. Like
I had to do that for a temporary period of time when I was a student.
and we just
I,
tried. We're like as hard as we can. Like, please let us not have to go to
Yeah.
This is just for an emergency in case we have like $100,000 bill. You know,
But, like-
it's
Well,
just-
that's the worst thing that makes me mad actually though, is even if you have insurance, you don't know what you're gonna get charged. Like I was so scared when I got my appendix removed.
appendix. Yeah,
Because I read things online where someone was like, dude, I got a thing in the mail for like $25,000 for having. So
you
I
have
actually-
to know
I-
your out of pocket maximum.
yeah. So usually, like if
but
you
they
have
won't
like,
they won't tell you though. Like
no,
No,
they
they
do.
won't-
They do.
no, when,
I've had several times where they couldn't.
when you
give me
sign
any
up for
answer.
your insurance though,
Yeah.
They
Like
tell
when
you-
I sign up, mine
they
tells
have
me.
to tell you what you're paying for.
Yeah. You have to
Well,
see my insurance, like that I choose, has an out-of-pocket maximum, but like even still, like
hold on. I think he's saying at the hospital. They won't tell you at the hospital.
oh no, they don't tell you there.
That's what I'm saying. But so what I'm saying though is because you can give them your info and they can pull up your insurance. So what I think is crazy is that they can't give you even like a kind of estimate. So what was happening based on what I was reading from people with insurance who got billed, and then the doctor did end up kind of saying the same thing, is that their thing ended up getting put in as it wasn't like crucial. They didn't have to have it removed.
Depends. There's a lot of things.
So I asked the doctor like 4 times, like, dude, is my insurance going to cover this? And they said like, you need to have this removed. We're putting it in.
I mean, that's the thing.
Like, are you sure?
It doesn't matter.
Sure?
So there's a couple of things to go with that.
You can't have it in your body if it
they do tell you like, hey, because mine didn't burst. So they do say like, technically, if you really don't want surgery, they said we could give you whatever, but odds are good it's going to come back. I wanted to just get it done. But the doctor said like, we are putting in there that you need to have this done. But I was worried for a while. Like,
but here's the thing though, like your insurance, you probably have to pay out of pocket for the year, let's say $5,000. So at worst, depending on what it is, some insurances will be like, you have to pay up to $5,000 and then 25%. Like that's bad.
So that's a deductible, but then there's also an out-of-pocket maximum that most insurances have. So your deductible is like, let's say $5,000.
That's out of pocket.
Then after that, you pay 20% up to the out-of-pocket max. So then,
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is there's still always that like,
it is your responsibility.
Say, like we don't cover this. That's
yes.
scary.
So it's your responsibility to know what hospitals you can and can't go to and things like that. Because like my job, for example, I work in a huge healthcare system. So I technically am only allowed to go to hospitals that are owned by my company for surgeries like that. Now, if I get into a major car accident and I have to go to the closest hospital, they quote unquote will cover it supposedly, but
that's the thing. The supposedly is the horrifying thing.
But even still, your insurance does have an out-of-pocket max. Like you.
I dig what you're saying. It's just like, with the way technology is here, I just don't get why they can't be like, what's your social security number, and be like, all right, yeah, you're gonna owe $1,400. You know,
because there's so many variables like. Undergoing anesthesia, what medications are you going to need? Maybe you need extra medication. Maybe the surgery takes longer. So every 15 minutes they charge you for an operating room.
So, all right. So if they were to say you will owe between $1,200 and $4,500, that would be okay. But the people who get a bill in the mail where it's like, yeah, you kind of owe us like $30,000. That's where I'm like.
But here's the thing, though, right? Like I guarantee you that whoever posted about that 95% is they're not. It's not that they're lying, but they may be lying about something. You know what I mean? Like, no, hold on, Meek. Let me get my point across, and then you could argue with me. They may have thought that they knew something, or didn't ask the right question, or maybe the doctor said something. They're like, just do it. I don't care. I'm in too much pain. Yeah. You know, and like. And then you post about it online so that other people could agree with you and back you up, and so that you could feel better about yourself. Because that's what most things on Reddit and stuff like that will be mostly people just wanting to be the hero, or wanting to show off, or wanting to other people to agree with them. And it is what it is. Like, everything that I read like that, I'm always like, okay, maybe this is true. And remember we were talking about last week, that thing you said, you're like, whenever I read something, I always have to make a statement that like, maybe it's not true, but this is what I read, you know, like, and it's that same thing. Whenever you read anything, you should always take it with a couple pinches of salt, not just a grain, just a few pinches.
So I do think though that there was at least some point, and maybe there is now, that insurances don't have out-of-pocket maximums. So maybe that would have happened in that scenario, because my uncle was in the hospital for over a month because he had fluid in the sac like surrounding his heart. And it's called
Who is this?
My Uncle John.
Oh, John. Yeah.
And he had or no, he had a decreased fluid.
I'll be honest with you, I always
Whatever.
forget about him.
But
he's the one that I've dealt with
Well,
the
I
least.
love my
and
Uncle
I know
John.
he's great, and his wife is great too.
But
I
so
always
anyway,
forget about them because
he had-
they're not here.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I
owed
mean?
the hospital like $100,000 after that surgery or after
Jesus.
that hospital stay because he had such a severe case of it he couldn't leave the hospital.
They're gonna die before they pay that off.
He literally said, "I'll be paying." He's like, "I give him like $100 a month for the rest of my life, like
because
whatever."
that's it. That's way cheaper than paying it. You know what I mean? Like why? Like he's old. You
I mean,
know?
this happened like probably over 10 years ago now,
I mean,
but
I don't want to be brutal, but like if he's lucky, he'll get another like 15 years.
he's older than my dad by like
Yes.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If he's lucky, he'll get another 15 years.
yeah. So
And
Xander
that's
said, "I'm
pushing.
from New Zealand. My girlfriend makes me delete them."
You think about it, that's like what? That's $1,200 a year. That's really good. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
For almost dying.
He'd have to pay it for almost 100
Yeah,
years.
so only like 89 more years or something, and he'll pay that back.
And I forget. I think he had pericarditis, so he had like an infection around the heart or something.
Oh, I'm so
like,
red. That was so funny to me. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but like,
Yeah, no,
But
that's
he
what I
had
was like. I was doing the math too. I was like 1,200 a year. He was 100,000. I was like,
He'll never
Alright.
pay it off. There's different levels. I'm down as non-urgent for ENT. And then T said it took 8 months to see someone for my tumor, and it was getting bigger every day, and that's because I found a private clinic. Yeah, this is why I would never want to live somewhere with free healthcare. No way. Like, I pay a lot. It sucks. Like, when I have to get, like, skin biopsies, it's always, like, at least $500. But I know that, like, God forbid that ends up being, like, cancerous, I can have it taken care of, like, tomorrow. Like, I don't have to
Yeah,
wait,
dude.
like, forever.
yeah, I had to pay a couple $1,000 when I got my like colonoscopy and stuff. But I was like, dude, I'm
Worth
playing it safe, dude. I'm not horsing around. And I hated how like the whole time everyone's just like, oh, what's a young person like you doing here? It's like, dude, I pay for my insurance. I need this peace
Mike,
of mind.
you
Stop
are a
saying how
little
young
bit
I
of
am.
you are a little bit of
Hypochondriac.
hypochondriac.
No, I know that though. But part
know.
of the problem that like made that worse is that like I was just like, well, can we just get this checked out for like the peace of mind? And then like
They're like, we
in
don't
my-
do that.
yeah, no, exactly. Like
Yeah.
my sister had like something similar happen to her, and it's like, dude, I pay for insurance. I'm willing to pay whatever I need to pay. So that's part of like what made it worse is just like, dude, let's just do this. Thankfully, my doctor ended up being cool, and they're like, yeah, like you're taking care of yourself. That's not a problem. But at first, like with the specialists and stuff I like went to, they were just like really rude. Like, oh, you're young. There's no reason you need to do that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not. Like,
I wish,
what's the
like,
problem with doing it?
I know so many people that are like in their 30s and 40s and have cancer that like I wish and the problem is like you get to a certain stage and then you start feeling symptoms. So by the time you start feeling symptoms and you go to the doctor and then they stop looking at you like you're crazy because you're young and they actually start taking you serious, like a lot of times it's like a really advanced cancer. So I wish that in your like let's say right when you hit 40, like right around the time they start doing like mammograms for women, like why don't they do routine PET scans, which is like a body scan for cancer? Like they can literally see cancer anywhere in your body. It's like, why wouldn't they do that routinely?
I actually heard someone talk about that recently, and I guess through some way with the math, what that would do is if they do way more of them than they need to, something with the data, like they said, would get messed up. Now, maybe this dude's just making an excuse, but that's what they were saying, that like it would just kind of mess up the data because it would like increase the frequency of like bad data. I don't remember.
Well,
But,
I
like-
mean, it would increase. Well, now don't get me wrong, because I know that PET scans aren't 100% like accurate. Like they show things sometimes that aren't cancer, like what happened with
My father?
yeah. So like they do sometimes like light up when it's not cancer, but you would know that something's going on and you need to like look at it and figure it out. So they're not like foolproof, and you would be detecting things that maybe don't really need treatment, whatever. So I can understand like it possibly like inflating issues, but it tells you so much. Like if this nurse had gone like years ago and gotten this checked, she wouldn't be at stage 4. Maybe she would have a much better chance of fighting this.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was like a crazy like perfect storm of like really ramping up my anxiety, because like it was like I had the doctors saying like, "Oh, you're young, everything's fine, it's probably nothing." And then I had been talking to my sister, and she said something similar like, "Oh, they didn't want to do anything for me." She ended up needing to have some procedure done because she wouldn't leave them alone. And then it was just one of those things where like then you also happen across like 1 or 2 news stories that like freaks you out. Like this is no joke. Every time I think like, dude, I should go skydiving. Like that's on my bucket list. Every time I think that, like within a week, I see a story about someone dying from skydiving every single time. So like, it's like, it was just one of those perfect storms where like I started getting like freaked out because like, I don't know. I was just like, dude, can I just get some freaking peace of mind and have this
But it's
done?
crazy though. Like there's such a stigma, and I don't know why there's still such like a not a stigma, but like they don't take young people seriously sometimes with symptoms. Like this girl, she had the flu, and she kept coughing. Whatever, the flu went away, and she never stopped coughing and like having these like respiratory problems. And she went to the doctor multiple times. They kept telling her, like, oh, you just have heartburn, take this medication. Oh, you just have that, take this medication. And she's like, no, I'm a nurse. Like, I know this isn't right. Like, I can't stop coughing. Never once did they send her to go get a simple x-ray. You know, finally she went to a specialist on her own. The specialist sent her to an x-ray. But by then it had been months of, like, symptoms, and now she's got stage 4 lung cancer. It's like...
That's crazy.
You know, they downplay it when you're young.
No, that's why I'm at least grateful with like my primary care provider. Like when I ended up talking to him, because I was like, listen, dude, I was like, I'm freaking out here. Like I was like, and it's frustrating and it's embarrassing. I was like, I just don't know why we can't just like do this so I could stop worrying about it. Because just like what you said, because like I had been having some like stomach issues at the time, and I think it ended up being related to anxiety. But I was just like, dude, I know this isn't normal for me. So like, why can't
there's
like
See, I found out the hard way that
hold
there's
on what he said. I don't think it's a man or woman thing. Maybe in some situations with doctors, certain doctors, sure. But like Mike is literally saying that he had the same thing where they just didn't want to listen to him until
it was
he kept bitching.
I will say though, like the last time when I was having a lot of like bladder issues, like I kept going, like the first person I went to was my OBGYN, and he was just like, whatever, like put me on some birth control. And when I couldn't handle the birth control, he was just like, well, you know, there's nothing you could do except get a hysterectomy. I was just like, what? So then I went to a urologist, and they did some unpleasant treatments, but guess what? My whole bladder situation is like perfectly fine now.
I think it depends on the doctor.
But there's like
it does. It does.
With anxiety, absolutely. IBS and anxiety go hand in hand. So if you are an anxious person,
for sure.
Like a lot of people that have anxiety are also diagnosed with IBS. And a lot of doctors are actually using Xanax as a treatment for IBS.
All right, guys, let's start wrapping it up. All right? We're a little beyond.
So let's see. T said, I have a family doctor. Imagine people who can't find one. Xander said, I have no idea why she insists I delete messages whenever I try and get an answer. She simply says, just do it. Okay. T said, in Canada, you can't. What
Mike said before.
You don't get what?
About the happy wife thing.
Oh. In Canada, you don't get to check stuff just for a peace of mind. You don't even get to do the test that you really need.
Yeah, that's because you're not paying for it.
Isn't a solution if it's not well done.
Yeah. I would also say it wasn't like in my head that I was feeling a certain way, which was bugging me. Yeah, like it was actually like something that was irregular for me.
When I was in my early 20s, before I really got diagnosed with anxiety, like I didn't even know what anxiety really was at the time.
It's not real.
And I had so many stomach issues that I went and got like an endoscopy. I got a swallow test, like a upper GI series. I had like all these tests done, and they were like, you're fine. And I'm like, well, I'm not fine because I feel sick all the time.
See, that was actually another thing now that I remember that bugged me about them not wanting to do anything is Mary Lynn was having stomach problems and she ended up having IBS, and they did all of that because they said the only way we can know that it's that is by ruling out everything else. So when my doctors didn't want to do anything, I'm like, you can't just say it's that. So that's part of what was like driving me nuts too. But like legit, man, like for the most part, like my anxiety has continued to like decrease and I feel way better. Freaking and stuff like
once
that.
you know what it is, it gives you peace of mind. Like now I still have bladder symptoms about like 3 to 4 days out of the month, but I know what it is and I'm not like worried about it anymore.
Yeah, your mind doesn't like make up crazy stuff in your head.
And
yeah,
like
sure.
my stupid intestines kill me a lot, but I know what it is and I'm like, it'll go away.
Yeah, the only other thing that like genuinely freaked me out was like when they did the scan and found the thing on the little thing on my liver that ended up being
that would be scary for anyone.
Yeah, that freak, and that was just always because my grandfather died from drinking, but from my understanding that dude was throwing back like bottles of booze every day.
Yeah,
so like
it's still just like I know someone that
out.
was 32 and died from alcoholism. I mean, it is.
All right, guys, 8:20.
No, that's nuts.
So T said, no, we read that. My mother has a condition that I could also have, and they won't do the testing even if I have most of the symptoms. They did it for my brother, and it ended up with celiac disease for him. What? Dude,
you gotta come to
Canada
America.
health
Just
system,
come to America, man.
Yeah.
Everybody else
like
is.
Eddie Murphy.
Because, I'm going to be honest with you. If I wanted them to do a test and I was willing to pay for it, they'd probably do anything you want. Like, you could find a doctor willing to do it here.
Yeah, you can get a job here as a CPA or whatever
my
called.
GP lets me get tests for peace of mind if I want. I also tell her what meds I want for things.
CPAs?
Yeah, I think so. We don't have one. We probably...
No, we do.
We'll have to one of these days.
Yeah, when he dies. When he dies, we'll figure.
He's
when
the
he
youngest
dies,
brother, though.
We'll hire T to do it.
She
for
doesn't
us.
know how to do American
She'll learn
taxes
for us.
Yeah, you learn to be a CPA and become a nurse and move to America. Bada bing, bada boom.
I think
she'd have to go through nursing school again.
She's already CPA. Isn't
It's
I don't know.
Oh, she is.
I think so.
Well, she does.
I'm a
taxes in
CPA.
Isn't that
RN.
CPA?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not a
You're a
professional.
professional. You should know these.
I don't
things.
know anything about taxes. I hate it. I tried doing my taxes like a couple years ago and I failed miserably.
Dude, even TurboTax, which makes it pretty easy, I just like.
No, with a business is way too much.
I hate everything about that kind of stuff. Like buying the house was one of the worst experiences just because I hate that kind of stuff, dude. Like it's just, this is torturous because it's exactly what I hate, where it's like, okay, that should be everything. Then you get an email and it's like, oh, this form is wrong. Oh, there's some reason you have to pay $8 on this bill of yours or whatever. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man.
I think retirement really freaks me out. Like the stock market and 401ks and...
Why? Just relax. It's fine. Unless the United States burns down or fallout happens, like it's okay. The stocks always level out and always go back again, unless the entire United States just completely falls apart.
Yeah.
Which, if it did, we would
it kind of did in COVID to the point where, like, our tax guy sent us forms.
It kind of didn't because we're all still here. No, everyone is okay. The people that are alive. But, everyone that survived is still here, and the United States is still here. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
She said our taxes are so different.
We're all okay. Well, everyone who's okay is okay, but everyone else...
it's okay.
Maybe less okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.
Are you really shutting it off like right now?
I'm going to hang up now.
Okay, bye.